Finally, it's daybreak, and our dear plantation master has departed from his home not too long ago, in a bit of a fit, mind you. Wondering what could have his blood boiling while the day is still young. I have had enough of this stuffy shed, and I don't care for the smell. Time to pop into the master's private affairs. Quite careless to leave a door unlocked. I will probably find something worthwhile downstairs in the bedroom. Knowing my luck, there'll probably be a guard. Hello there. That takes care of that. Now, let's see what I can find. Yes, here we are. Some note addressed to Master Kark. Kark, I understand your desire for prompt service, but you have to understand these things take time. I can't just arrest every traveler that comes through Suran. Even your new jail isn't big enough for that. The best prospects for conscription are those without family or support, or those with a criminal record on whom I can hang new suspicion. If we arrest someone who can fight the charges, or someone who has a powerful family behind them, our arrangement will come to light very quickly. I've just received word that a large caravan of refugees from Cyrodiil will be passing through tomorrow. I have no doubt I'll find some reason to arrest a number of them. Your workers are coming. Be patient. H. $50 gold, that H stands for Halan. Now, let's make our way over to Mistress Dren's manor and see what we can find. I should try that overly large and important looking home across the river to the northwest. This is certainly Mistress Dren's manor. And crawling with iron hounds, I see. I'll have to sneak my way about just like before. Pretty frightening that I can walk right through the front gates and no one notices me. Mistress Dren might want to think about who she hires as her security. Similar as before, probably would have my best luck checking in her private quarters. I do hear somebody skulking about, probably another guard here too. Let's see if I can't sneak past them as well. Let's just take a peek while the guard is preoccupied. Definitely nothing in here. Her private quarters are probably up on the 3rd floor. someone got smart and locked their door. Be a shame if I were to pick my way through it. Now, let's search about and see if there's anything that Mr. Strin wouldn't like to be found. Bit careless leaving this note out. Let's see what it says. Esteemed Marshal, the last group of prisoners you sent me to work my fields have proven less resilient than I'd hoped. They are, without exception, lazy, slow, and dull-witted. Then again, no one ever said Bretons and Bosmer make good slaves. I miss the days when you could buy a dozen strong Orgonians for the price of a sturdy wagon. As soon as possible, I'd like a few of those strong Nords you sent over to Kark. As she and I have both agreed to your work for compensation plan, we both deserve an equal share of the resources. I refuse to settle for lower quality workers. Send me only your strongest and brightest. I have it on good authority that a group of Nords will be traveling through Suran soon on a trading mission. If you manage to arrest one or two, I'd be happy to take them off your hands. Until then, I remain your friend and confidant, Mistress Dren. Nothing more clear-cut than that. This Marshal Halaran is corrupt as they come, arresting innocent people to work as slaves. I think I have more than enough, but I will let the Scarlet Judge be the... well, I'll let them decide. I should head to Euless Manor, which is right beside where I met the judge for the first time. Mistress Dren sure has done well for herself, what with this luxury homestead and the successful plantation. She will no doubt be quite distraught when House Redoran comes down upon her once all of the secrecy is pulled from the shadows. Should be clear now. Alright, the Scarlet Judge will probably want to meet discreetly. Let's check the lower levels. Ah, there you are. Did you have fun with the Iron Hounds?
Ah, true to your word. I knew I could trust you. I led the Iron Hounds on a merry chase, but I doubt they'll stay scattered for long. What of your search? Did you find any evidence of Halaran's corruption?
Whatever you did made my job much less exciting, which is desirable when dealing with bloodthirsty mercenaries, so you have my thanks. I was able to gather some evidence from the plantation master's estates, evidence that doesn't paint a pretty picture for our miscreant marshal.
I see my faith in you was not misplaced. We will discuss your evidence and more, but not in this hall. You trusted me and helped me gather the evidence I needed. Now, I shall trust you with a secret I have carried for years. Come, follow me.
A secret, you say? Well, lead the way. Well, I do love the secret room behind the bookcase, perfect for a vigilante to keep their work away from prying eyes.
My mentor used her wealth to better others, not herself. Having inherited her manor, I now do the same.
She sounds the generous sort. So, now what do we do about Marshal Halaran?
This evidence proves Halaran's guilt, but there's no telling how deep the corruption goes. There's only one person I trust with this information, Constable Gretgar. I fear I must ask more of you.
That is quite alright. I am happy to assist, for the betterment of the citizens of Suran and its visitors. What is it that you require of me?
My observations of Halaran suggest paranoia bordering on obsession. If she suspects that anyone is moving against her, she'll no doubt summon her Iron Hounds. If a melee breaks out in Suran, innocents will suffer. That's something I can't abide.
Quite the weasel from the sounds of it. I'm getting a hint as if there is another plan we might take to reach a solution.
If Constable Gretgar's going to arrest the Marshal without a fight, we'll have to distract her mercenaries. I'll deal with the constables. You raid the Iron Hound camp in the Daedric ruins outside Suran. Burn their weapons and destroy their supplies.
Ah, without their weapons and supplies, they will be frantic and unable to provide services to the Marshal. Quite ingenious. I'll see to it. There seems to be some ruins just north of Suran. Let's see if we can't traverse our way there. By the three, he almost trampled me. Let's make our way up this riverbank. I'm sure we'll come across the Daedric Ruin entrance just right up the way. As expected, infested with Iron Hounds. This is going to get messy. One weapon rack down. And one supply crate to join.
To arms! We're under attack!
Nasty bunch of mercenaries. No matter. Here is supply crate number 2. Oh, you sneaky bastard.
Find that damn saboteur!
And our last crate. Now time for the rest of the weapons.
That's the last mistake you'll ever make.
Oh, I beg to differ. Damned battle mages. Always with the fire.
Fire! Fire!
There, only 2 more weapon racks to find. And here's one. Oh, here's another supply crate.
Useless! No one leaves until we clean up this mess!
That should do the trick. These Iron Hounds will be so preoccupied with replenishing their stockpiles, Marshal Halaran will find themselves a bit vulnerable. Now to find the Scarlet Judge in Suran. Best enter the city inconspicuously. Don't want to draw any unwanted attention.
Not you too. This is ridiculous.
I'm sorry, Talimra, but my wife insists we try a real mage.
You there! You've been selected for a random search! Come here at once!
A random search? I don't believe this is quite necessary.
Follow me quietly, away from the gates. We have a judge in common.
Oh. Yes, Constable. I am happy to oblige to this search.
This'll do. Just keep your voice down.
Pleasure to meet you at last, Constable Gredka. Why the spectacle just now?
Sorry about this cloak and dagger nonsense. I can't be seen talking to anyone even remotely suspicious right now. Marshal Halaran's watching me like a hawk.
Paranoia runs deep, but I am curious. Does she suspect you?
She's on the lookout for anyone who might be colluding with the Scarlet Judge. I'm a friend of House Redoran, but that'll only get you so far in this town. Especially with Halaran's Iron Hounds prowling around. But look, we've got bigger problems.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
There was an ambush. Somehow Marshal Halaran found out the Scarlet Judge was coming. Must have been one of the plantation owners. Damn their eyes! I wasn't fast enough. They've jailed him. And if I know Halaran, they plan to do much worse.
Badge of Gamal. And to think we were this close. Is he still alive, do you know?
Halaran needs him to recant his accusations, publicly. Probably got one of her hounds working him over right now, trying to squeeze out a confession. The judge will hold out as long as he can, but everyone breaks eventually. We've got to get him out.
Of course. Make a spectacle out of him publicly, and no one will believe a single word of conviction from his mouth. Are you suggesting a jailbreak? Won't that draw too much unwanted attention? Could be risky.
I'd let you into the prison myself, but Halaran doesn't trust me with the keys. I've got the respect of her constables and the house, but my hands aren't dirty enough for her. You're going to have to find the key.
And where might I find this key? Or more importantly, on whom?
Constable Kren will snatch up a bribe without batting an eye. If you're short on coin, try convincing Suran's locksmith Remas to cut you a deal. Or You could talk to Dredini down at Desoles. She might know something. Just be discreet, alright?
I'll have to ponder on this to determine the best course of action. The judge mentioned out of everyone, he has the most trust in you. Sounds like you two are close?
Oh, the judge and I go way back. The two of us, along with the former marshal, kept this town safe for decades. But when the marshal died and Hilarin took over, well, everything sort of fell apart.
Huh, working with a vigilante doesn't clash with your duties as constable.
Ha! Is that what we're calling him now? It wasn't too long ago slavery was legal in Morrowind. Buying and selling people was legal right here in Suran. That sound right to you? The judge keeps us honest. Sometimes the law just gets in the way.
So he mentioned. I can see how an individual unshackled by the law could be more of a blessing than a burden. Nevertheless, I will see to it that I get my hands on a key to the prison, and will work to free our judge from Hilarin's grasp. I think I will head down to the inn for a quick drink while I determine who it is I will be obtaining this key from.
You know, I hate to drink alone.
What?
The heart and soul of man, red diamond, protect us till the end.
Each avenue proposes its own risks, so I must not only be quick about it, but wise as well. The Scarlet Judge is strong of will from what I have gathered, but everyone has their limits. If we are to stop this corruption, I will need to work fast.